Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Muscle Museum by Muse. So, doing a lot of Muse recently just because I'm at a point in my requests where a lot of Muse was getting requested, so knocking those out one after the other. Really excited for this one. I've enjoyed a lot of what I've heard from Muse, a little bit less so the newer Muse, but this definitely is an older song, so really hoping I enjoy this one. Always looking forward to what Matt Bellamy gives me. As I mentioned, this is a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it. Alright, I'll stop talking. Let's listen. This is Muscle Museum by Muse. Let's listen. And go. I like that.
She had something to confess to, but you don't have the time, so look the other way. You will wait until it's over to fulfill what you'd never shown her. Too little, much too late. Trying to resist it, you just gone and missed it. It's escaped your world.
Hey, I like that.
Can you see that I am needed? Begging for so much more than you could ever give. I don't want you to adore me, don't want you to ignore me when it pleases you.
Now, that's the Muse that I like to hear. That was really cool. Like kind of weird, very much in their signature style, but some really good heaviness there. I think that really worked for me. The guitar was fantastic. I actually really loved the piano throughout as well. Bass and drums added a nice kick and a nice heaviness. I just think, man, that was fantastic. Matt Bellamy sounds great. This is the Muse that I've become accustomed to, and so when this kind of Muse, when I listen to this kind of Muse, this is what I really, really love. And this is really what I look forward to from this band. So, again, I mentioned before, I can really see why some people may not like newer Muse, because, I mean, you get stuff like this. This rocked hard. I like this a lot. So, it's all a matter of preference and opinion anyway. But, all right, let's break it down like we always do. Let's start with those lyrics. So, apparently, according to this, the song talks about breaking free from dependent relationships. Also hints of breaking through in music industry. It can be read as being about the band in the beginning, the times that no one listened to their music or did not care about them, especially the people of their town. This would explain the song's title, which is otherwise unrelated to the lyrics. In the dictionary, the band used muscle, which comes before muse, and museum, which comes right after it. So if the song is about the band's story, the title symbolizes the past and present. That's kind of cool. Wow, I wonder who took the time to flip to the dictionary and be like, oh look, these two words come before and after Muse. So yeah, that's really neat. It seems like many bands, especially I want to say rock bands. Well, actually, I mean honestly, a lot of bands and groups and artists have at least one song where they talk about their struggle. I feel like a lot of the music I've heard on the channel has been like, hey, look how hard we had to work to break out to where we are now. So I think it's a very common topic amongst artists, and for a good reason. I mean, it is definitely not easy to make it in the music industry. So anyway, let's talk about the lyrics here. So it says, she had something to confess to, but you don't have the time, so look the other way. You will wait until it's over to reveal what you'd never shown her. Too little, much too late. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure here. I'm wondering if this is sort of that dependent relationship idea here. She had something to confess to, but you don't have the time, so look the other way. You will wait till it's over to reveal that what you'd never shown her. Too little, much too late. Too long trying to resist it. You've just gone and missed it. It's escaped your world. Can you see that I am needing, begging for so much more than you could ever give? And I don't want you to adore me, don't want you to ignore me when it pleases you, and I'll do it on my own. And I can definitely read a little bit of hey, we're a band idea there, just because he says I don't want you to adore me. And again, as a band, the idea of people adoring you is kind of weird, I think, but also don't want you to ignore me. I think they're just saying we want the minimum. We want basically the attention that you would give a band. We just want you to give us a shot, I think, is kind of what they're saying here. But I can also see the lyrics pointing to that sort of dependent relationship where it's you don't need that person to just adore you, but you also don't want to be ignored. But at the end of the day, you sort of depend on that attention to some degree. I have played in every toilet. This part made me laugh. I have played in every toilet, but you still want to spoil it to prove I've made a big mistake. I'm not too sure what he means by that. I have played in every toilet. Apparently, this is a reference to the toilet circuit of independent music venues. Okay, in Muse's early days, they played a lot of gigs on the circuit, such as the Turnbridge Wells Forum. Okay, so in another meaning, they also mean that they had performed in the mean places they should not have. So I played in every toilet. Like I said, so as a band, we've played in places where there's not many people, or it's dirty, it's dingy, that kind of thing. We've basically worked hard to earn what we have, right? But you still want to spoil it. So I wonder if that's sort of like people saying, you don't deserve to make it big, or, oh, you only made it big because of X, Y, and Z. I think it's hey, we paid our dues, we put in the work, and now we're here. But you still want to spoil it to prove I've made a big mistake. Too long trying to resist it. You've just gone and missed it. It's escaped your world. Can you see that I am needing, begging for so much more than you could ever give? And I don't want you to adore me, don't want you to ignore me when it pleases you, and I'll do it on my own, and I'll do it by myself, and you'll never make it. So, it is interesting because it says here, again, that it's perhaps about a dependent relationship, right? But also about the band breaking through in the music industry. I think that actually ties together really well, because as an artist, you do actually depend on a lot of other people to help you make it big. You depend on a label, you depend on a promoter, a manager, you depend on fans to actually, give a shit and care about your music. You depend on family and friends to promote you and to support you throughout the way. So I wonder if it's sort of like, especially here in the chorus, can you see that I'm needing, begging for so much more than you could ever give? So I'm not sure if they're maybe addressing their label here, maybe addressing just their doubters, maybe people who say like, hey, give up the rock and roll lifestyle and come, work an honest job or whatever. I wonder if who they're sort of speaking to in this point, but at the time they're like, hey, we're trying to make it big. We're going for so much more than what you can provide me. So you kind of have to let us go and do our thing. We don't need you to adore us. But we also don't want to be ignored when it pleases you. And so we're just going to do it on our own. We don't need that sort of dependent relationship. We're just going to make the music we know how to make, and hopefully, it turns out all right. So lyrically, it's pretty interesting. I'm really just going off of what I read here and what the people here are telling me on the side of the lyrics. But I'd be interested to see. I mean, there's some information here from Matt Bellamy himself. I guess I can read a little bit. The song, I wrote the song. I couldn't decide if I wanted to like do music or go to university or something. So I sort of left the band for about 4 months when I was about 18 and went and learned loads of Spanish guitar and Greek guitar. What Matt Bellamy was saying was, I spent a long time traveling around Europe, and I learned stuff, and I wrote that song in Greece. It was reading a book at the time about cyberculture. Okay, there's a lot here. I don't want to read the whole thing. But basically, I think that's what it's saying. Like, he was sort of torn between this sort of, do I go to university? Do I become a musician? So for him, he's like, I feel like this song is him kind of trying to cope and figure out, how do I balance my life? How do I take this band thing forward? So that's pretty cool. I like it. Lyrically, 2 thumbs up. I think it's great. As far as the instrumentation goes, like I said, there were some parts in there that were a lot heavier than what I'm used to from Muse, which I really liked. I really liked that heavy guitar, bass, drums. Also really liked, I'm not sure if it was piano or keyboard or what he made the sounds with, but I'll say the keyboard part was very enjoyable. The piano part was very enjoyable. It really went along nicely with the guitar, and then the bass sort of echoed those sounds as well. So really just well put together there. Again, some nice heaviness to it. The guitar sounded great. Matt Bellamy sounds great here. I like his singing style here versus what I feel like I'm getting a lot on newer Muse songs, where he definitely plays, I guess, a much less involved part vocally, it seems like. So, loved it here. I thought it was fantastic. So, instrumentally, vocally, 2 thumbs up. This was a strong one for me, honestly. Like, I've heard a good amount of Muse at this point, and for me, this was one of the stronger ones instrumentally, and that's saying something, because a lot of what I've heard from them has been very instrumentally sound. So for me, this one was fantastic. As far as replay value goes, honestly, this one's going on the playlist. I had a great time listening to it. It had a really good energy. Just really enjoyed what I heard. So looking forward to listening to it again and again and again. So replay value is high. I give it 2 thumbs up there as well. Overall, love this one. Thank you so much for whoever requested this one. And again, I can't get over the fact Muscle Museum, part of the dictionary, right between the word Muse, the word in between there. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for whoever requested it. If you enjoyed the music, definitely go support the artist. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Muse is going to be in my Spotify playlist. Has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.